Okay, so this lesson is going to be about percent of change. It's basically trying to figure out what percent a number is increasing or decreasing from its original value. So it's not very complicated, and it's one of those things I think once you see a few examples and try a few on your own, it'll make more sense. Um, so what you want to do first is figure out, is your value increasing or decreasing? If it's increasing, it'll have a positive answer, a positive percent of change, and if it's decreasing, it'll have a negative percent of change. So this one's saying from 63 meters to 35 meters. So you start at 63 and you went to 35, so you know you are decreasing. When you're decreasing, you're going to have a negative answer. So you're going to have to interpret that at the end. So it's a very easy formula to use. You find the difference between the values. So you started with 63, you went down 35, and you're going to divide that value by the original amount. Now, don't try to do this all in one step in your calculator. Do a piece at a time. So let's do the 63 divided by 35 in our calculator. So we do 63 minus 35 in our calculator. 63 minus 35 is 28. So essentially, we have 28 divided by 63, which is 0.4 repeating. So 0.44, 0.444. We want to convert that to a percent, so we're going to times it by 100. Do that in your calculator if you want to, and you'll wind up with 4.4% after you round. And it's a decrease, so it went down 44.4%. That's all there is to it. Pause the video and try number 2. Okay, so we want to go from 94 to 71, so this is also a decrease, so it's going to be a negative answer. And I always put notes of if my answers are negative or positive, that way I don't forget to do it later. So I'm going to go from 94 minus 71 divided by 94, because it's always, you always want to divide by the original amount that you were at. So you're going to take 94 minus 71, and you're going to get 23. Divide that by 94. And you're going to get 0.24. We'll round it to the nearest thousandth, so that'll be 5. And then I'm going to times it by 100 to convert it to a percent. And when I times that by 100, I will get 24.5%. I'm done. Okay, let's take a look at a couple increases. Well, that one's going to be a decrease. Let's do number 4, 51 tons to 85 tons. So we went from 51 to 85, so we've increased from our original value, so our answer is going to be a positive at the end. So 51 minus 85 is going to be 34, so we want that over the original amount. Ignore that it's negative. My answer came out negative. I don't care. I'm going to make it positive at the end anyway. So I have 34 over 51. And I get 0.6 repeating. Go like that if you want to. You know, let's just do it like we did the other one. Take it out to here and round it up, and then times it by 100. So we're going to have 66.7, and it's going to be positive. No math teacher is going to be upset that put a positive in front of the number. You don't have to. It's kind of implied. If it's not a negative, it has to be a positive. Don't forget to make it a percent. But I like to put positives in front of it. That way, it's kind of like directing the attention to the person that you're aware that the fact that it went up in value. It doesn't need to be on there though. But it's kind of one of those things where it looks better when you have it in situations like this. Here, you try number 5. Pause the video, and we'll come back to it. All right. So we have 50 minutes to 82 minutes. We started at 52, so we went up in value from 50 to 82, so it's going to be a positive answer because we increased. So you take 50 minus 82 is 32. Ignore the fact that it's negative, so I take 32 and divide it by 50, and I get 0.64. I'm going to times that by 100 to convert it to a percent, and I'm going to get 64%. And that's it. So it's a 64% increase, and you can put a plus sign there if you need to. But that's all there is to it.